Hey, good morning. My name is Scott McKean. I'm the Executive Director here at Patriots Hall, and we want to, on behalf of Catherine Chandler, the great team of Patriots Hall, and all the volunteers that are here supporting this event, we want to welcome you to our venue here. Hey, a big thanks to Peter, Marcelino, Sean. They are kind of the ones who are the impetus behind this and really giving of themselves at JP Morgan Chase to look at how to best support our veterans and their spouses in transition. We'll call it transition assistance. It could be your first transition, your second transition, or a transition you didn't even know you're about to make. Because you're going to meet some folks today that might give you an opportunity that you hadn't thought of. And so we're really excited for that. I'm going to talk about Lauren here when I hand her the microphone, but she is truly the secret sauce here, and we're very appreciative of Lauren, but I'm going to talk to you about you in a second. Patriots Hall, what is it? This facility is 10 acres. It's on 10 acres of land. It was built for veterans and their families to come, and our mission here basically is to enable veterans and their families to connect, grow, and thrive in their community. And what does that mean? So connecting. Hey, there's plenty of veterans here. You're here today. We don't have many places where we can come together and talk about shared experiences and those type of things. And so there's been a lot of things that have happened here over the last 3 to 5 years that have been very troubling. With the exit from Afghanistan, speaking very bluntly, and other type of things that have challenged the trust of our veterans. And what we want to do here is try to build that trust in our community here. That our veterans and their families have a place to come, meet other veterans, and do the things that they want to do and come together. So the first part of it is connecting. The second piece is growing. And that's what we're doing today. We're trying to provide resources for our veterans and their spouses to succeed in whatever it is that they want to do. Now today's focus is transition assistance, so entrepreneur, employment, and Lauren and the others will talk about that. But it's not just that. Right next door in the little building that's right next door, we have a VA claims assistant that will sit there and sit down one-on-one with you and help you if you have a VA claim or some type of assistance you need with the VA. So we do that. We have veterans right now. You see them walking out there with Catherine. They're building a playscape for the kids, but we're also having veterans come out and some skin in the game. We're going to clear out some area. We have an obstacle course out there. The physical needs of our veterans and their families come together, and hey, Team Red, White, and Blue, or whoever, we come out here, we'll do some PT on Saturdays if that's what you want to do. Again, just giving those opportunities for veterans and their families to come together. And then the last piece is thriving. And, part of that will be realized, I think, a couple of years down the road. We just opened our doors on 3 October, so we're about a month old here as far as having our doors open. But I believe that veterans, service members, their families, we get strength through serving. And we have some very successful veterans out there. Some of them are the folks sitting on this side of the table here who are going to be ready to network with you here shortly. They're giving back, they're serving, they're thriving, and they want to serve by supporting our veterans and their families. And that's awesome. Right now, we have a lot of veterans who are not in that position. They're looking for that support or assistance to do the things that they want to do. And our goal is that we provide that, and then a couple of years down the road, or however long it takes, our veterans, their families are thriving and are now serving our community. And getting out in the community and doing those things, whatever it might be, in whatever fashion that might manifest itself. But our veterans and their families are serving in the community, and I believe that they'll gain strength by doing that. So connecting, growing, and thriving is what we're trying to do here at Patriots Hall. Hey, we're about a month old. It's an experiment. Not too many places like this that we found. So what we need from you is your help in telling us, what do you need? How could we provide those resources? Because we'll go out and find them, like today. All right, I don't know if we went out and found, but we have great partners that are ready to come here and provide those resources. And we're excited about that. Okay, so 20 years long-term, deployments, all that kind of good stuff. Those aren't our only veterans. We have Vietnam veterans. They're aging. They need assistance in a different manner than they probably needed 10, 15 years ago. We've got to be attuned to that population as well. 2.2 million people served in Afghanistan and Iraq in those campaigns. They're anywhere from 20 years old to, let's just say, more experienced, more mature in age, right? And we all have different needs. So we're not going to be able to meet every individual one, but we're going to try. We're going to try to get after those. We need your feedback to help us find those things that you're looking for so we can go out and get the resources. So that's kind of the purpose of Patriots Hall. We're so excited you come out and gave us a chance coming out here to put your foot in just a little bit to check out the water. Might be a little cold still, I don't know, right? We'll figure it out today. But the goal is that this is a place that you can come and feel safe, that you have people who have a shared experience. Our volunteers out here, we have over 100 right now, I believe, that are supporting Patriots Hall on a day-to-day basis. Mainly all veterans or veteran spouses. In some cases, kids of veterans who are volunteering out here. Okay, so it's us. And I'm excited about that. So lastly, I just want to thank all of the partners who have come out today to help and support this networking event. Thank you for coming and sharing your time and looking at how we can best support our veterans. But none of this could have happened today without Lauren Postler. She is amazing. She is more passionate than me, and she is like all over it. And I want to give a big round, if you would please, give a big round of applause for that.
You are what's powering our efforts here today. So I want to see a show of hands. Who here has served? Who here is a military spouse? I see a couple double dipping, that's a good thing. Who here is a military family member? And who here is a civilian ally? Yes. It will take all of us to come together to make a difference in the lives of our veterans, our military spouses, and their families. And I really appreciate that Scott called it out, that this is a collaborative effort, and that it is families and civilian allies who are part of the call to serve. And so I hear often, I work in tech and with universities and education, how can I help, Lauren? The answer is raise your hand, volunteer, show up. If you are here today, you are serving your country. It may not be that you were deployed on the battlefield, but if you are here, if you are working with a military service organization, a veteran service organization, if you are collaborating with Patriots Hall, you have found a way to do service. I am not a veteran, I am a military-connected family member. Every generation, every branch represented, Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, National Guard, Marine Corps, you name it, we got it. Not Space Force yet, but I got some cousins and nieces and nephews coming up, so I'm hopeful. There was an expectation in my family that you would find a way to be of service to God, country, and community. Who also feels that call? One of the ways that you can plug in and be of service is not only taking advantage of the programs provided by some of these partners today, but finding out how you can volunteer. So I want to name these wonderful organizations who have come out and said they want to serve, they want to support. Hattie Morgan, Texas Veterans Network with Combined Arms. If you need to learn about all of the amazing health and human service organizations serving veterans, if you need to connect to their online community, Hattie is your girl. Jimi, BunkerLabs. I'm wearing a bunch of hats today, as I'm sure many of y'all are. I also serve as the Austin City leader for BunkerLabs. Jimmy and Chris are rolling off their tour of duty there. BunkerLabs is a national nonprofit serving veteran and military-connected entrepreneurs, helping them launch, grow, and scale their new innovative businesses. We have some graduates of that program. We've got Robert, we've got Frank Coppersmith. If you want to learn, talk to them about their experiences. Frank Coppersmith, raise your hand. He is talking to you about the innovative business. He grew up out of bunker. He went through our Veteran Residence Program, our CEO Circle program. If you were curious, he's your man. If you need any kind of tech help, he's your man too. We have a wonderful team with the Attorney General's office. So if you are interested in what the AG is doing in rural communities and across the state of Texas, I hope you'll talk to Grace and her friends. You've already been introduced to Peter and Marcelino Francesca with JP Morgan Chase. They also have a business banking lounge. If you would like to talk to someone about your banking needs, loan and finance needs for your veteran-owned business, they are here for you. We have Hiring Our Heroes, Steve Hahn with Career Forward. If you're looking for ways to level up your skills, they provide this free of charge. Steve, thank you for being here. I'm trying to see who's next year. Okay, we have Greg with the Texas Veterans Commission Veteran Entrepreneurship Program. So across the aisles, if you're an entrepreneur, you have lots of resources. Thank you for being here, Greg. And our great team with PCSI, capping us out at the end. Tony, Vanessa, Pat, Ellen, and your team, thank you for being here. PCSI fills an incredible, important role in making sure that our veteran and disabled community is connected to meaningful opportunities for employment. We know this is one of the biggest challenges. If you come back home and you are 100%, you are 60%, sometimes traditional paths to employment are not an option for you. If you are currently exploring opportunities, talk to Vanessa, Pat, and the PCSI team. They are also working to build out their IT vertical. We know more and more veterans and military spouses are looking for virtual opportunities, are looking for tech opportunities. So I hope that you will take the opportunity to meet and talk with each of these wonderful individuals who have not only said, I serve my country, but I'm going to continue to serve as a volunteer, as a service provider afterwards as well. So I'll tell you a little bit about the Texas Veteran Chambers Coalition, who served as the convening force behind this effort. This was a brainchild between Jimi, Chris, and myself when BunkerLabs said that they wanted to move to all virtual programming. And we said, wait a minute. The most important part of that program was coming together in person, was making relationships and connections. We don't want to let that go. And so we did a scan of the landscape. We looked at all of the wonderful national organizations like BunkerLabs, like Hiring Our Heroes, JP Morgan Chase as well, who offer great programs nationally, often virtual. And we said, how can we help those scale? And how can we help them make sure that they're delivering programming in person? I work a lot with chambers of commerce and universities. I said, let's go to those providers who are already in the communities. We do not need to recreate the wheel. God knows we do not need another nonprofit, am I right? What we need is amplification of existing efforts. So the Texas Veteran Chambers Coalition is a coalition of chambers of commerce, not our own chamber of commerce, and we are empowering those chambers to better serve the veteran and military spouses in their communities who are launching, growing, scaling businesses or seeking employment. We are especially focused on our rural communities, our small towns adjacent to big cities, small towns like Dripping Springs, adjacent to Austin, a wonderful place to live, grow, and thrive, especially now at Patriots Hall. We want to make sure that the Dripping Springs community, and Patriots Hall is a big part of that, is empowered by connecting them to the providers. And we're doing this in Round Rock, we're doing this in Pflugerville, we're doing this in Buda, we're doing this in Cedar Park. If you live in a small town and you want to make sure your Chamber of Commerce knows about veteran programs, we want to help you. And I think that's the biggest takeaway. The question today is how can we help each other? So as you're connecting, as you're exploring, I hope you're not only asking, what can I give? But also, how can I help you? It is an ask and a give, and I hope you're asking both of those as you meet with people today. Let's give another big round of applause to Scott and the Patriots Hall team. If you are the Patriots Hall team, enjoy coffee. It was a fabulous day outside. I'll turn the mic over back to Scott. Thanks, all.
Hey, just one last couple service announcement here. For the folks that are coming in as part of the veterans or family members that are coming in, if you get the chance, please register when you come in. There's no, like, you know, you're not paying anything. It's just so we can count who's here and we understand who's come through. It's very important for accounting, all that kind of good stuff. We'd ask your support in registering as you leave today, or if you have a few minutes to walk over. Thank you very much.